Alright guys, so as you can see, I got stranded today. This is the highway I drive on back and forth. I do have the Malassi variator in this bike, so I'm not sure if the CVT or the actual clutch went out or the belt itself, but yeah, I lost power and yeah, just left me on the side of the road. So I'm pretty sure it's something to do with that, with the aftermarket parts, nothing to do with the factory. So wife went to go get the truck, be here shortly, and I'll crack it open, see what the problem is. There's my truck now. All right, let's get her home and check it out. All right, so I just wanted to show that clip to give you an idea of more or less why I decided to get rid of the Navis and pretty much my final thoughts on the bikes. So yeah, coming down this road, you're usually going to be doing 60, 70, you know, even 18-wheelers, or especially a lot of 18-wheelers come down this street. So when I was on the Navi, of course, I had to be full throttle the whole time. And again, there's only two entrances to my area, which is this road, and the other road is exactly the same speed limit. Only difference is there's train tracks, so you know, there's gravel, and you know, some people slam on their brakes, some people don't stop at all. So that road's a little more sketchier to me, so I always take this road. But anyway, luckily when that bike went down or stopped working on me, I was riding by myself. But again, luckily my wife was just coming back from the grocery store, so she was able to pick up my truck and just, you know, pass by so I could throw the bike inside the bed. That's another good thing about those bikes. They're really light. I'm not the biggest guy, so you know, if you ever have an issue, you need to pick up the bike, or you need to, you know, take it on a trip, take it somewhere, put it in the bed of a truck. It's not that heavy. I usually do it by myself. My wife helps me sometimes, but again, if I could do it by myself, you know, two people could do it easily. That's one perks. But yeah, so I don't think it was the, you know, obviously the Honda part of it by itself. I think it was the aftermarket parts. I think they just couldn't handle, you know, the constant staying full throttle. You know, and I don't know, smaller motors, I guess, you know, I don't think you should put that much stress on them anyway. So again, these are aftermarket parts that were on there. I did have bigger tires at the end, and that's pretty much my thoughts on why my bike broke down. So my only thoughts, so my final thought on the Honda Navi is I will still recommend this, but mostly to younger riders, newer riders, or riders that are going to stay in the city or in the town, maybe just go back and forth to the grocery store, going back and forth from work to school, stuff like that. If you have to get on the highway a lot, I would probably stay clear of this bike, get something a little bit faster. Honda has the PCX and Yamaha has the Zuma. One of those bikes would probably be a little bit better for you if you have to stay at a faster speed or more constant speed. Bike's reliable. Only issue to me still is going to be the tires and the carburetor, that it's not fuel injected. If you you know, have to be somewhere in a hurry and you're waking up in the first thing in the morning, you have to let the bike warm up a little bit. That's another issue. From the factory, sometimes the carburetors aren't that good. I know I've seen a lot of other people had the same issue. On ours, you know, I had two of them. My bike was actually really good. My wife's bike had the carburetor issue. It would take a lot longer to warm up. And then warm days, her bike would feel like it's bogging when you would take off. So little things like that are the only issues I ever had. Other than that, bikes were great. Never had issues with them. Only reason selling them, not because the broken parts. Again, I think that's my fault, having bigger tires and the variator kit with it. Maybe if I had the factory variator in there and even like a gearing in the back, that might have worked out better for me and made it last a little bit longer. But it is what it is. With the factory variator, I was staying around 46 miles an hour. The aftermarket one, again, I went back up to 50. So that's why I went that route, or stayed that route, I guess you could say. Um, Good thing bikes are still in demand. They're still pretty much new. Um, as soon as I posted them, they both sold. So lost a little money, not too much, or not too much to where it hurt me. But you know, that's why again I only recommend them to people that aren't really trying to flip them or resell them. If you're gonna be using it every day and constantly, I would probably just go with the Zuma or Honda PCX, something fuel injected, something a little bit faster. Um, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, if you have any questions, just ask me. Again, I like the bike, but it just wasn't the bike for us. Um, but yeah.